Our second guest this week is a fifth-year linebacker who, like Joe Schmidt, has already earned his undergraduate degree from the Mendoza College of Business and is now in graduate school. Jarrett Grace played in 13 straight games after getting on the field the first time as a sophomore and was making the third start of his career when he suffered a devastating leg injury in the Shamrock Series game against Arizona State in 2013. It took 14 months of grueling rehabilitation just for Grace to get back onto the practice field during Music City Bowl preparations last December. Grace has played in every game this year and has now recorded 10 tackles, including 5 in Notre Dame's win over a now-ranked Navy team. We welcome Jarrett to today's Joe Schmidt, Jack Swarbrick Show.
Jarrett, great to have you on, man.
Thank you very much, Jack. It is my pleasure to be here with two just fine gentlemen.
The wild man. I can't tell everyone how excited I am for this.
Yeah, I should just get out of the way. I'm the ultimate fifth wheel in this interview. And I understand we're drafting on a Showtime segment that's already been shot. Is this right?
Hey, we can neither confirm nor deny.
Exactly.
There is something in the works for the next show, but we're thinking we might win an Emmy for that segment.
Yeah,
I'm thinking I may use my editorial control, and it may not show up.
I was going to say, some of the stuff probably should be on there, but we had a good time.
The chemistry is undeniable. You got to capture that and show that off. So
you could just see it, the looks in their faces, in their eyes. It's just so real. But JG, this is something that maybe I wanted to talk about a little bit, and I know we've both been thinking about it. But senior night, this is something that it's so special to us. We love this university so much. Mm-hmm. Just talk about Saturday and
wow.
and what it means to you.
If I would say that it came too fast, that would be an understatement. I think our time here has flown by, and we've talked about that too. Great length is just, wow, where's the time gone? But at the same time, we can just reflect back on so many memories, great times, experiences on the field, off the field, just with this great Notre Dame community. But here it is upon us again. I thought last year was pretty emotional, but this really is it for us. So, wow, I think we just have to take care of business, then really enjoy ourselves afterwards. And I think that will make it just a perfect day.
Who do you have coming up for the game?
20-plus people. I have all my friends and family.
Yeah, you took all the tickets, Jarrett.
I was on it early in the year. I traded all my tickets. I made some deals, just because I knew I wanted everyone to be there for this moment, just because, I didn't know if I'd actually be playing or not. That was a question in my mind for a brief period of time. But now that I'm back rocking and rolling with these guys, having a blast on the field, I knew I had to get everyone up for this game.
Well, it's captured on video, and Joe remembers me saying, but we said when we did this show after the Navy game that my favorite moment of the year was seeing you running around knocking people on their butts during that Navy game. I mean, that for me was the full circle, right?
Definitely.
From seeing you do that the first half in Dallas to seeing you do that again in Navy was so special, and I know it was for you too.
Definitely, and I think full circle is the best way to put it, just because taking the field is one thing, playing special teams, but to actually make an impact on the defensive side of the ball, to be where I was before, that meant the world to me. And it was just so fun, too, to be able to line up next to Joe. We've never really been able to do that on the field together. So we're out there communicating, just flying around, having a ball out there. So that was incredible. Really, I'm never going to forget that.
Never. It's funny because really, I remember as freshmen and sophomores, Jarrett and I used to talk, about eventually being on the field together, and to see that kind of play out finally.
Right.
It was so long waited, but it was so special for me.
Crazy turn of events made it possible.
I know. Right?
Who would have thought?
Jarrett, were there times during what I know from firsthand experience was a really tough process? Were there times where you thought that wasn't going to happen?
I would like to say in my mind that I was always, dead set on and on knowing that I'm going to come back, I'm going to be exactly where I was before, and everything's going to be okay. But that wasn't the case, just because there were some setbacks and there were things that were occurring that were really outside of my control, especially with having a second surgery and everyone telling you that, okay, this is going to be it. This is going to be great. You're going to be able to go through camp and play and contribute this year. And really things just weren't happening the way the doctors and, the people with all the credentials were telling me how they're going to play out. So there were times where I was just like, I don't know. I don't really know how it's going to play out, but I'm just going to have, faith in myself, faith in everyone around me, faith in God, that my hard work is going to pay off and it is going to be worthwhile. So just relying on that really helped, put away all that doubt and fear, and just helped me just really enjoy the moments that I had and enjoy the progress and each little victory along the way. So eventually, like I said, that doubt was totally gone. I knew that I was going to come back and contribute to this Fighting Irish football team.
Something that I think about and really is perhaps the most amazing thing about you is how you've responded, in a leadership stance and as a member of this team since the injury. And I know, obviously, from first-hand experience to a lesser degree, what it's like watching your brothers go out there and fight without you, and how hard that is, and how much of a pull it is on your heart. But you took it in stride, and really you're an undisputed leader on this football team, and you're someone that I look to every day, this for guidance and for leadership, and so I just how did you do that mentally? I don't know.
Well, thank you, Joe. I really appreciate it. I look up to you and look up to so many of these guys on this team. You guys are just incredible, and it's an incredible group. And that is what makes it so special, and that is what has allowed me to just grow into my role that I have this season. It's because I care about everyone so much. I care about you, all my brothers on the field, that what is the most important thing for me is us being successful. And if my role is being an extra set of eyes on the sideline, communicating things to you or to somebody else, whoever's out there, I'm going to do that with full heart and full energy just because I love Notre Dame. I know you feel the same exact way. Whatever our role is, we're going to pursue that 100 miles an hour just because we love Notre Dame. We want to win. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if we are successful, that is going to mean so much more to me than if I'm out there making a bunch of tackles and Notre Dame isn't being represented the right way and we're not just playing with full passion and energy on each and every play. So that's what I'm all about. I'm about Notre Dame, and I can be that way because I have great teammates. You guys make it easy.
Well, I can tell you from my perspective, not sure I've been around anybody who's more all about Notre Dame than you are, and we've benefited so much from that. Now, before we came on the air, you and I uncovered a conspiracy theory, which I think has,
I knew this was going to come back again.
Yeah. Which I think has real merit. You are identified in the bio here as 6'2.5".
Right.
You're clearly much taller than that.
Right.
You just explained to me you've never been able to get this corrected in 4 years, and so the theory emerged that maybe there's somebody on the team who has a height problem, who's jealous of people who are taller and works with our media department to lower their heights.
Yeah, you know what? When I came and sat down for this radio show, I felt like my chair was even a little bit lower than everyone else's chair. So
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm obviously very tall. 6'5".
Oh,
okay?
6'5".
There's the 0.5 in there on my roster, so I don't know if you noticed, but my stature is something.
Well, the
here.
theory here is that you're actually borrowing inches from the rest of the team.
Exactly.
You may be 5'10". We're listing you at 6 feet.
I was going to say, Nicky Verratti's convinced I'm 5'9".
Oh, God.
So.
Yeah, Joe has the ends with whoever's putting together, the media guides on game day where he's just, slashing inches here and there. And
I don't know what you're talking about, but Birch and I are definitely great friends.
Speaking of height,
I was going to say, Birch and I have worked together. We have
do you share pants?
oh man, where did I take us?
I was going to say we're completely out there.
Jarrett, you got your degree. You probably know as much defensive football as anybody on the team because you were calling the plays for a while there.
Oh yeah.
What's next for you? What do you see? What does the future hold?
That is a good question. This year has been great just because my passion for football has been able to be on display. And for me, I want to pursue that a little bit longer. Football isn't over for me right now. I feel like I had some time taken away from me. So not only have I been doing some job interviews for traditional jobs, but this spring I'm going to be training, full on, just really to prepare myself for a potential career after Notre Dame, just because that's what I love to do.
Yeah.
And if I can use football to help people, I think that would be ideal. And at the end of the day, if I'm in a position where I can just really help people and make an impact, that will be just the epitome of happiness for me. So, I'm just really exploring all my options, but I'm attacking each and every one with just full heart, full energy, so I can just, represent Notre Dame once I leave this place.
One thing I needed to ask you. I know.
I don't know. There's a million things going through my mind right now. You could ask me anything.
Okay. One thing I want to know though is, other than obviously sleeping 6-7 feet away from me now,
Right.
what's your best memory from the last 5 years? And I won't be too upset if I'm not involved in this memory, but I will be slightly
That
upset.
was the weirdest introduction to that question I could ever imagine.
Hey,
but-
living with you is an honor. That is my greatest memory.
I was going
Joe.
to say,
Thank you very much.
it might be. I'm
for
setting
gracing
you
with
up
your
there,
presence.
right there. I'm setting you up.
I was actually thinking about this all this week, and there are so many great memories I have on the football field. Just playing that national championship game is obviously one that is huge, and I think that's just ignited a fire in a lot of us that, when it came turn for us to be seniors our fifth year, that we really want to get back to that, that conversation of being a national champion or contending for that. But to be honest, one of my greatest memories, and just really a combined set of moments, is actually when I got hurt. Just the support I felt from so many people. You're one of those people that came and visited me. Jack, you were somebody who just gave me just incredible words and wisdom and guidance, and just the love I felt from so many people. That to me was Notre Dame right there. That sense of family, just that love and caring. I don't know if I could ever feel just so at home here at Notre Dame and so sure of my decision to come here, that just combining all those memories, all that love and family, that to me just was like, that's it. This is Notre Dame. I love this place. And if I could just give back just even a little bit of that love and sense of community that I felt from everyone, that would be huge. And that's what I want to just be able to give back to Notre Dame. So that's my greatest memory, really, just knowing that I belong, that people care about me.
Well, having a positive come out of, a very difficult situation probably epitomizes you and your personality as much as anybody. You are just a positive force of nature. It's unbelievable.
Thank you.
And we want you part of the Notre Dame family as long as you want to be part of it. And we'll look forward to figuring out how that works. But thanks so much for joining us today. Thanks for keeping Joe on the straight and narrow and helping him figure out what's going on out there.
My height issues. He helps control our other roommates.
Well, guys, it has definitely been my pleasure. Joe and Jack, thank you guys very much for having me.
Well, I know it'll be a special senior day for you, but beyond that, I look forward to the contributions you're going to make as we continue to pursue that dream of getting back to that championship game.
Thank you very much. Let's take care of business for Wake Forest.
Amen.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. We'll be back in a minute.